Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs out there, Sebastian Envy, strong style cinephile. So in today's edition of just WTF is going on with DC, I'd seen reports that the cameo for Wonder Woman and for Superman that was going to take place in The Flash have been cut. So let's geek about that for a scant few minutes. Now, I had done a couple versions of a video talking about Patty Jenkins and her pushing back on the rhetoric that she walked away from Wonder Woman 3. She put out a lengthy statement calling out the Wrap, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, I think, on them posting those reports, and she basically said that she had conversations after she turned in her pitch that she worked on with Jeff Johns, I believe, that she had conversations with like James Gunn, and there was requests or what, I'll put the exact quote on the screen there, that there was a request of her to kind of make some changes, and she felt that she couldn't, and basically nothing she could do on her part could move the conversation forward, I guess because she didn't want to make some of the changes that they were suggesting based on the fact that Wonder Woman 1984 was so god-awful, and she wanted to continue whatever character arc she called herself working on into this third one, and James Gunn and Peter Safran and other Warner people were like, no, we're doing something else. And I admire her on the one hand for having a vision and trying to stick to it, but you got to see the writing on the wall. Like Wonder Woman 1984 was universally panned for a multitude of reasons. Nothing against Gal Gadot. She was a decent Wonder Woman in a crappy Wonder Woman movie. But the fact that, like, you're trying to not have the narrative that you walked away, it's like you brought them this, they didn't want it, you didn't want to make changes, so now you're not on the project. So, I mean, like, you can try to couch it the way you need to, Patty, but you walked off the project. You're off the project. I understand if you want to carry that negativity of getting kicked off the project or having the project taken away from you on to your next gig or what have you, and have that sort of negativity in the air. I understand that, but that's what happened. You brought them this, they thought this sucked, and they didn't want it. And you were like, cool, deuces, I'm out. That's what happened. Couch it how you want to, how you need to sleep better at night, but that's what happened. So we have that, and then we have reports that Gal Gadot's scene as Wonder Woman, Henry Cavill's scene as Superman have been cut. Their cameos have been cut from The Flash. But then it's like there's all these reports about stuff getting cut. Like Michael Keaton was supposed to have a part in a cameo in Aquaman 2 that got cut, or he was replaced by Ben Affleck. But then again, that was before James Gunn was taken over. So who knows if Gunn is keeping Batfleck in there, or if he's, course correcting as he's going away from the Snyderverse. I've seen a report where Ezra Miller is as good as gone from The Flash after The Flash comes out. And again, I said in the previous video, I kind of wondered, they're not going to kneecap they're not going to kneecap the movie right now before it comes out by saying, yeah, Ezra Miller's not going to be The Flash anymore. But I'm kind of wondering after the film comes out if he's just going to say, hey, we're moving forward in this direction, and Ezra Miller's no longer going to be Flash. Like, he just put it out there. Henry Cavill's not going to be not going to be Superman. I'm writing a Superman movie. It ain't going to be Cavill. He just put it out there on Front Street so people can kind of deal with it and get used to it. I'm kind of wondering if the same thing is going to be for, whereas he's just going to say, yeah, Ezra Miller's not going to be the Flash going forth. If Jason Momoa after Aquaman is going to be like, I've had this a wild ride, I've enjoyed it, yada, 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 but at this time, I'm taking a step back from the role of Aquaman, or I'm retiring from something to kind of like, so he can bow out with some dignity other than it looking like James Gunn is just walking through the door once again, swinging, his junk around and just saying, yeah, Jason Momoa is not going to be Aquaman anymore going forth in my universe, which is, remains to be seen if that happens, if that takes place. And it's just, still have more sort of he said, she said, rumors with The Rock. Some people are saying that he unfollowed Warner and somebody else on Instagram, but then Rock fires back saying, well, he never followed them in the first place, which is 100%, false that he unfollowed them because he never followed them in the first place. But then you have reports that they're saying his camp is saying one thing about the earnings for Black Adam, they're saying one thing about the earnings for Black Adam, and kind of, there's some conflict going around about what is and what isn't true about this film, what it earned, and that sort of thing. So, are we next going to find out that The Rock is going to say, well, it's been a long, just going to make a lengthy Instagram post that describes his introduction to the character, his introduction to taking on the role to the character, his trials and tribulations over the years, how he kept pushing and kept grinding, trying to make this movie happen, trying to make it the best it can be for the viewers. But at this time, he is stepping away from the role of Black Adam, something like that. Again, so he can bow out with some dignity instead of it being reported that James Gunn is just, taking the, laying the smackdown on The Rock and just taking the Black Adam role away from him. It remains to be seen how it all plays out. There's a lot of chaos, a lot of egos, a lot of money involved, and it's just a lot going on with this. I'm kind of wondering how it all shakes out. Is this still going to be, when these movies come out, DC just mired in drama and just underperforming movies at the box office and looking again to reboot things, 3-4 years from now? Remains to be seen how it all plays out. I guess we'll all find out together, but that's where we're at now. Patty Jenkins says she didn't walk away from Wonder Woman and Superman may have been cut from Aquaman or from The Flash. So remains to be seen how it all plays out. It really just sucks for Cavill because he quit The Witcher, which he really liked, for Superman. But then he got Superman taken away from him. But he's rebounding. He's going to do a Warhammer series for Amazon, which apparently he's a huge geek for that game and that story and that lore. I've thought about picking up Warhammer here and there. It just seems like it would take a lot to invest in to really jump in and have a decent time playing it. I'm still kind of mulling it, but I haven't pulled the trigger on that quite yet. More of like a Magic and HeroClix type of guy. May do some Warhammer. I don't know. It remains to be seen how it all plays out. But those are my thoughts on it. Scattered as they often are. But you guys out there think, let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social media. Talk to me there. Talk to me here. Until next time, of course, let us geek.